It was a cold Sunday night, and my parents went on vacation. And I know what you're thinking. Why did I not go with my parents? I was more of a homebody type of person that liked to play video games. And I figured I'm getting a little older, so I wanted to see if I was capable of being home by myself. So I told my parents goodbye, and after a couple of hours with my parents gone, I began to get hungry. So I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. After eating, I texted my friends to see if they wanted to run some Call of Duty. We began to play some Call of Duty for a couple of hours, and I heard a break, as if someone had broken into the window downstairs. I asked my friends if they heard anything, and they replied and said no. So I grabbed my baseball bat from behind my closet door and started to creak downstairs and started to hear as if someone was whispering. And I saw three grown men in my kitchen looking for something. These grown men all had on black clothes, and the men all had on clown masks, while the men were holding a kitchen knife. So these men were not up to good. I began to go upstairs and picked up my headset and told my friends on the game to call the cops. And then I locked my room door and moved my bed in the way of my door and went behind my closet door and waited for the cops to arrive. As I waited with my bat in my hand, I heard the men start to make their way up the stairs. And the men were starting to yell and, "Come out, we won't hurt you." My heart started to really beat really fast, and my hands began to sweat. Keep in mind, I'm only 16 years old, so I was scared for my life. Then I looked at my door, and a knife went straight through my door. As the men started to yell, "Come out, quit hiding," I started to hear from the distance the sound of cop sirens, and the men began to start talking to each other, saying, "Leave the kid, we need to get out of here." The men left, and the cops knocked on my door and said, "It's the police, open up." I listened and opened the door, and to my surprise, it was the police. I was safe. The police started to ask me questions, and I told the police officer that there was three men with all black clothes on, and they all had on clown masks. I couldn't really explain to the police officer their real identity because the men were wearing costumes to cover it up. So this was not an ordinary break-in. These men wanted to hurt me. The police officer started to ask where was my parents, and I told them that my parents were on vacation and that they would not be back until Tuesday. The police officer started to ask me a lot of questions. After that situation, I called my friends that I was playing Call of Duty with and told them I was safe and that the men are still not found, but I was safe. I called my parents and told them what happened. They said they were on their way, they would be back tomorrow, and that they are about to start heading back right now.